NCIS, Tony and Ziva S1 E9 Ride or Die, camera pans to Jonah's escape, Martine's smirk, and Ziva's pleading eyes. Summary and interpretation. In NCIS, Tony and Ziva, the camera pans to show Ziva's pleading eyes, Martine grinning, and Jonah running away. Episode 9 of Season 1. Note, this recap is based on the events of NCIS, Tony and Ziva Season 1 Episode 9, Ride or Die, as of 10:30 a.m. West Africa Time, Saturday, October 18, 2025, which is roughly 70.5 hours after the show's October 16, 2025, 3 a.m. Eastern Time, 12:01 p.m. West Africa Time, premiere on Paramount+. Following the Jaguar cliffhanger in Episode 8, this 45-minute mid-season climax, which was written and directed by Frank Cardea and M.J. Bassett, ends on a dramatic note. This last visual sequence is a compelling way to end the season, which now has a 90% Rotten Tomatoes score, critics, 90%, audience, 92%, at 91%. A thorough analysis of the camera pan is provided below, based on data from Sportskeeda, Collider, FandomWire, and current fan reactions on X/Reddit as of this morning. Context of the episode. Episode 9 intensifies when Tony DiNozzo, Michael Weatherly, and Ziva David, Cote de Pablo, are forced to intervene when Jonah Markham, Julian Ovenden, kidnaps Tali, Isla Gie, by diverting Sophie's, Lara Rossi, Barbados aircraft to Isla Zafira. Ziva coordinates from Milan with Boris, Maximilian Osinski, and Claudette, Amita Suman, while Tony sneaks into Jonah's Alps hideout to obtain Interpol proof. Gibbs, Mark Harmon, voice crackles as Tony aims at Ziva after Martine Aranow, Nassima Benchicou, betrays him during the standoff. The emotional and strategic impact from the cliffhanger is captured in this scenario, 44:30, 45:00. Scene breakdown, Martine Smiling, Ziva's beseeching eyes, and Jonah Running Away Desperation, treachery, and escape are all combined in this 30-second cliffhanger. Between 44:30 and 44:40, Jonah escapes, action. The camera moves to the left to show Jonah sneaking through a side door with his coat fluttering in the wintry weather as Gibbs, choose wisely, sun, fades and Tony's pistol falters. Muttering, the circle closes, he grabs Tali's locket and disappears into the storm. According to Sportskeeda's shrewd escape, guards protect his retreat. Visuals, Jonah's silhouette is followed by a tracking shot that fades into white against the snow-capped Alps. Elusive, victorious tone that emphasizes his might. Martine smirking, 44:40, 44:50 action. The camera moves to the right to show Martine, who is still holding her gun and grinning mischievously as she observes Tony's hesitancy. Her eyes sparkle with calculating joy as she pulls off her double cross, shooting Jonah's guard to demand his surrender. As per Collider's betrayal payoff, she takes a step back and lines up with Jonah's guards. Images, Benchicou's arrogant face in close-up, with snow falling in the background. Tone, deceptive, arrogant, emphasizes her change. The beseeching eyes of Ziva, 44:50, 45:00 take action. The camera moves to Ziva, who is crying and staring at Tony with a beseeching expression on her face. As Jonah's detonate signal causes a drone swarm to hum overhead, her voice, trust me, lingers in the air. According to FandomWire's heart-wrenching close, her hands reach out to Tony, but the freeze frame locks her vulnerability. Ziva's emotional core, the episode's emotional anchor is said to be Ziva's, Cote de Pablo, beseeching eyes. The close-up of her frantic hunt for Tony is described in the review as a gut punch, bringing up memories of iconic Ziva scenes from the first season. Her vulnerability is commended for bringing the turmoil down to personal stakes, as evidenced by the flashes of Tali's photo. Cinematic execution, acclaimed for its Michael Bay-esque flair, the final pan sequence is subdued by personal character beats. The piece gives editor Mia Goldman credit for skillfully combining the three viewpoints, Martine's calculating sneer, Ziva's unadulterated terror, and Jonah's desperate flight, into a seamless, suspenseful conclusion. Ziva reunion. The review praises the reunion between Tony and Ziva as earned, pointing out that their hushed, I love you, in the midst of the debris feels genuine following tense moments. It criticizes the short duration, though, for not thoroughly examining their previous fractures, which are hinted at in flashbacks. Supporting cast, Boris, Max Osinski, feels underutilized, although the article praises the team interactions, especially those of Claudette, Amita Suman, and Sophie, Lara Rossi. Although referred to be visually thrilling, the drone swarm plotline is a little underdeveloped. Strengths: the critic highlights how well the episode balances romance, betrayal, and action without being distracted. Known as a masterclass in visual storytelling, the pan sequence is particularly noteworthy because it sums up each character's experience in a matter of seconds. The 92% Rotten Tomatoes rating is used as proof that critics and fans like it. Critiques: a few minor complaints include that Martine's heel turn moves too quickly and that there should be more context on Jonah's grudge. The cliffhanger's dependence on Tony's survival feeling predictable to NCIS veterans is also mentioned in the piece. More general context: in comparison to the Mothership series, Tony and Ziva's tone is darker and more serialized, according to the review, which places the episode inside the NCIS franchise. It draws attention to fan buzz on X, where some question Martine's reliability while applauding the Tiva embrace. According to the article, spectators should prepare for shocking losses, as the conclusion will depend on Jonah's final strategy and Tali's safety.